Hey wonderful human beings, and welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Remy and I share lots of vegan content and tips to help you live well. And today I'm going to be sharing with you the process of my pantry organization and my new kitchen tour, because I recently moved into a new apartment and I was going to film a whole apartment tour and just include it then, but at this current moment I feel like this is the only part of my apartment that is really ready to show you guys. I love the kitchen the most, as you guys may know, so I ended up organizing it first, and the rest is hiding behind the camera where you can't see it. So I'm going to show you everything that I did in terms of pantry organization, a little before and after, very satisfying moment, and then give you the grand reveal. Okay, one thing I want to mention to you guys before we get into the tour of the kitchen is that I have a lot of kitchen items, and you guys probably know this, but I am a food blogger, so I have not only a lot of food products, adaptogens, powders, all that kind of stuff. I also have a lot of kitchenware like ceramic bowls, plates and mugs, props. Here's the thing, some people like to buy clothing, some people like to shop for shoes. I like to shop for organic produce and fun food items and home goods. That's just my thing. You guys know I love the kitchen, I live in it, I spend so much time here. So in case you find yourself thinking, wow, this chick has a lot of dishes or powders or spices, I do, but that's why. Also, one more thing, everything that I share with you guys in the video, I'm going to try and link in the description box below. I'm planning on working on like a giant blog post where I link everything, because I feel like trying to answer individual questions about where something is from will be a little difficult, and if I can't find the exact item, I will be sure to list out some similar products or something that's just the closest thing that I can find. So, hope you guys enjoy. Let's do the tour. This is where most of the work is going to be. Lots of loose ingredients. We've got coconut sugar, almond flour, goji berries, dried fruit, seeds, nuts, things like that I want to put into jars. And I've been holding off on leaving this big box here until I was ready to do this video. So it's just been sitting here, which has been driving me nuts. So I found my old label maker. The only thing is I only have red and black tape, and I can't decide if I want to use it. This is what it looks like. I just feel like it doesn't really match the aesthetic in the rest of my apartment. It's a very strong, contrasted look. Another thing is, because I'm using these lids, pink and white, I just feel like pink, white, and then black and white, I don't really know if it looks the best together. I think what I'm gonna do though is label them, and then if I decide I don't like them, just hide it in the back. I think a really important step is to just take everything out so that you have a fresh canvas to work with and you can really see what you have. Also a great time for me to go through anything that maybe I don't necessarily need. And the way that I would kind of decide that is if there's something obscure that I just really haven't touched in like 2 years. Let's start right here, because this is a kitchen island that I built. If you follow my home Instagram account, you would have seen me build this up. And then I also have some stools here, which are really cute. I feel like they match really well, and they're the perfect height so you can actually sit here and have a meal or do some work. The island makes a world of difference. There's more space to prep veggies, to chop, and also it's easier for filming YouTube videos. I've got a faux plant here, and then moving on to the actual kitchen. This kitchen has a decent amount of storage space, which you would have seen in my empty apartment tour video. One of the biggest differences from my old apartment is that I now have a microwave. It's not something that I had before because I actually left it in my previous apartment since I don't really use it very often, and I've used it all of like one time since moving here so far. In this cabinet, I have kind of like my tea collection. So all of the things that I need to make matcha, some Japanese teas. This one's from Mayobachang. And then I have just some like adaptogenic products, things that I would typically put in my drinks. Up there, it's kind of a mess, so I'm not gonna show you that because it's nothing to see really. In the corner here, I have my diffuser, another faux plant. This one's actually a little dangerous. I need to move this because I never wanna have like plastic over or close to open flames. I have rose quartz crystals here and stillbite and apophyllite. And then hiding in the corner, a faux hanging plant and my apron, which I wear when I'm doing like serious cooking. This is what my stovetop looks like. I must say it is a huge upgrade from my previous kitchen. So very, very modern. There are 5 burners actually. And this is just some popcorn that I made for my friend's recipe book. Yeah, really modern. And then I have this oven. I don't know why the lights always blink like this on camera. It's not blinking in real life. But this is the control system for the oven. It's really cool because you can preheat and it'll tell you when it's ready. So it's super accurate. And also you can see into this oven when the light is on anyway, which is great. And then 2 hand towels here. You guys probably know that I don't use paper towels in the kitchen. I just use reusable towels and wash them. And I think it's a lot cuter too. Down here, I also store some baking racks and trays. This is my favorite and most satisfying cabinet. So here we go. Ready for the reveal? I mean, how satisfying is that? I just love how everything's organized. I also ended up deciding to go with the labels because it's really easy to figure out what jar you're using. For that, I remember I would grab for something and I would kind of have to guess what it was, especially if it was a flour. Some canned goods up there, and then some of my dishware. If you have any questions about where these pieces are from, I do have an entire video dedicated to that, so you can find that on my YouTube channel. Next set of cabinets, I have more ceramic pieces. So I try to separate my bowls into like this level, plates in the other one, and then up here, mugs and cups. And then up top here, I try to keep all of my food storage products, so glass containers, metal containers, extra jars, and my stasher bags. A lot of them are in use right now in the fridge. This cabinet is kind of like my fun little dry pantry section. Now in New York City, we don't really have pantries. It's not a thing, in Manhattan at least. But this is kind of my equivalent. So I've got some pasta up there, white rice, nut butters, canned goods, this really delicious olive oil that I use on occasion, baking mixes, gluten-free pasta, and this Go Macro container, which has a few Go Macro bars, but it's really just like a collection of all the protein bars I have. Keeps things nice and tidy. And then down here, these are just muesli mixes that I recently made. This is some kind of leftover. I don't really remember what's in there, but it must be like a granola. And then my matcha bowls stay here. And then hiding in the back, ooh, it's kind of dark. Let me brighten this up a little bit. So hiding in the back there are just like little bits and pieces that are for food storage. So avocado hugger over there, lids for different food storage containers, and oh, some rice ramen. In the corner, another plant. This one does really well in this location because it's far enough from the window. So she's thriving over here. Soda stream for fizzing things up at home. Then I have some bananas and an avocado, which are here to ripen. Cutting boards, and this rainbow from Bali. I'm trying to find a home for it because I just feel like it doesn't really belong here, you know? Okay, on the countertop, this is tea that I was drinking earlier this morning, so just let's ignore that. This is my utensil holder, whisks, spatulas, all that good stuff. Vitamix, this is the Ascent series, I believe. I will link this in the description box as well. My handy dandy beloved Smeg milk frother. Obsessed with this thing. I use it so much. It's pricey, but I feel like it pays for itself when you use it over and over, you know? I don't really want to show you this cabinet because I haven't figured out like what it is yet, but I did want to show you this because I think this is super satisfying. These are the lids to my caraway pans, and it came with this organizer. I just think it's a really clean look. The only thing is it's a little bit wide, so no matter how I configure it, it doesn't close all the way, which I know would drive a lot of people crazy, but I'm trying to just practice acceptance, let it go. It doesn't stick out too much, so I don't think about it. Out of sight, out of mind. This drawer is for utensils. This is my spice drawer, so all of my spices, and then also I keep my supplements here because it's good to keep them out of the sun. So I'll just open this up in the morning and take what I need. And drawer number 3, this is, I guess, just like more pantry items. Lots of nut butters, baking powder. It's kind of random. I'm still trying to figure it out in a way that makes sense, but yeah. Under the sink, this is where I keep my almond cow machine in the back, my air popper for popcorn, food processor, air fryer, and then my non-toxic cleaning goods. What is this? So yeah, I use Branch Basics for the most part when I'm cleaning my house. Over here, I keep my flours. When I bake bread, I think it's really handy to just have it all in one place. And I do open these quite a bit, so I just feel like this location is better than putting it like away somewhere. So that's under the sink. I've got a little dishwasher. This is probably half the size in width as my previous apartment, but I've been loving it because I just do small cycles more frequently. And it's just like the perfect size for somebody who lives alone, you know? Okay, now we're gonna do the fridge. As you can see, I've got lots of processed vegan goods. I don't really eat these things very often, and that's why they just kind of sit here. But it's really nice to have when I'm recipe developing in particular. Anyway, let's start from the top. So I have silken tofu, leftover granola, leftover pasta / noodles, can't remember. More leftovers here. I think this is a peaches and cream oatmeal that I made recently. Washed cherries, some broccoli sprouts, which I would normally sprout on my own, but I didn't have time during the move, so I bought some. Then these beautiful glass containers full of prepped veggies. So these are all washed and chopped. Cauliflower, sweet potato, more sweet potato, regular potato, broccoli florets, and 2 mushrooms, shiitake mushrooms and enoki mushrooms. One shelf below, we have some romaine lettuce, which I like to wrap in a damp cloth. Great plastic-free way to keep it fresh. Stasher bag full of zucchini and cucumber ends. Spring mix salad that I'm gonna be eating for the next couple of days. Burrito size siete tortillas. Strawberries that are about to go bad and definitely need to be eaten up ASAP. Some red cabbage, rainbow chard, and over there, my sourdough starters. In this drawer, lots of root vegetables and zucchini. So garlic, onion, shallots, sweet potatoes, Japanese sweet potatoes, and zucchini to make my zucchini ravioli. Over here, some cashews, vegan cheese, kiwis, leftover cookies. It's a random assortment right now. And then moving on to the shelves here, I have my miso paste, white and red, gochujang, what is this? Vegan queso, some spirulina, vegan butters, and if you haven't seen my vegan butter taste test, I featured these and ended up only keeping these when I moved. I have vegan Miyoko's cheese. I should probably stop saying vegan. Everything in this fridge is vegan. Tempeh, one of my favorite plant proteins. And then some jars that honestly just didn't fit in my cabinet, but it is great to keep nuts and seeds in the fridge to keep them more fresh and crisp. So almonds, walnuts, peanuts, Brazil nut parm, cacao nibs, and these lids are incredible. I will link those as well in my blog post, and the jars if you guys are interested. Lots of cheese, vegan cheese. There, I said it again. Let's do that again. Lots of cheese that you guys already know is vegan. Pickled red onions, tomato paste, and drinks. I don't usually have that many drinks because I'm not a huge drink girl, which is why it takes me forever to go through the stuff. I've literally had these cans for like over a month at this point. I'm just not like a drink person. This is some soy milk that I'm experimenting with homemaking that I used my almond cow to make. And that is the fridge. Last but not least is the freezer. Up here, we've got this gluten-free pizza, delicious. Lots of ice cream right now, and I'm not even an ice cream person, but right now I'm doing a project and I'm shooting some photos for Snow Monkey, so that's why I have all of it and all the flavors. Yeah, just like typical frozen goods. I want to do an updated real fridge tour so I can show you guys what I usually have. Then frozen bananas, like just leftover things, mango chunks, frozen veg, what is this? Leftover spinach artichoke dip, hash browns, cauliflower hash browns. Yeah, it's really random, but I think it's great to have things frozen for just, you know, lazy dinner nights and things like that. So that's that. 2 more things I wanted to show you guys. This is my water filter, which you guys may remember from my previous apartment video. Actually, I don't know if I had this when I did that video, but I bought this new water stand for it, and I love it because I think just the combo of light wood and white always look good together. As you can probably tell, that is kind of my aesthetic for the entire apartment. And I actually got this because my previous apartment, I always felt like the water tasted really funky, even though New York City tap water is drinkable. You just never know what's really in it. So I always think it's worth it, and especially if you don't live in New York City or somewhere with drinkable tap water, a water filter is a great way to reduce waste. I never buy bottled water. This is a Berkey filter, which is what it uses. Also wanted to show you guys this rug because I got a lot of questions about it on Instagram. The really cool thing about it is that it comes in 2 pieces. So this is like kind of the grip mat, and then this is quite a thin layer. It's sturdy but thin, and the reason why it peels off is because you can wash it. So it makes washing your carpet and keeping it clean a whole lot easier. This rug will be linked as well in the blog post, and it's just a kitchen runner length, so it's perfect for like a narrow space like this.